All right, y'all. All right. What's going on, man? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Darrel Long Show, hosted by your boy Darrel Long. Now, it's middle of the night. I want to get to this content, and I want to be very candid about how I feel about everything that I see. Anton Daniels waved the white flag. It's just that simple. I see black men all over YouTube who love Anton Daniels, who love the bag chasers, who they just don't want to tell the truth. The truth is this: Anton Daniels waved the white flag, and truthfully, he did the right thing. He did what he was supposed to do. He know he not cut. He know he was in a situation where he was going to lose. He already losing. Got his daughter out here crying, taking off of school, all the rest of this shit. Yeah, bro, it's over. It's over. It's over. Now, I do want to get into Anton's response. Now, Anton did respond on his morning millionaire show, man. I'm not gonna waste too much time on this. Let's get directly into what Anton had to say.
Um, we're in the building. We're in the building. So I'm gonna start this off. Going ahead and addressing what it is that a lot of y'all came to see. And then for the rest of us, we're going to go ahead and kick it for the Millionaire Morning Show, and we're going to do our normal everyday thing. All right, let me read some of these super chats, and then we'll get it popping. Top Flight says, "Moaning, AD, I sent you an email. You need to check it out. Stay dangerous." What up to Top Flight 3? I appreciate you. Eric Harris says, "AD, I did come here for the drama. However you decide to handle your business, I support it. Children are off limits." Okay, decide to handle your business, I support it. Children are off limits.
Are they, Anton? When it comes to you, Anton, are children really off limits? Is that what you really believe? Now, I don't like Freezy because Freezy was on Anton Nuts. He was on Anton Nuts. However, we gotta admit, Anton, you don't just not, talk about kids. You talk about kids every opportunity that you have. Now, I'm going to show a clip. I'm going to show a clip of Anton talking about Hebrew Israelites and their wives and their children. Hebrew Israelites and their wives and their children. Let's go ahead and get directly into it. And this will be Freezy video. I am doing a full live stream on Freezy versus Anton very much soon. Let's go.
Reproach, and everyone can be taught.
Y'all was over there making it difficult, burning incense and sage, and y'all was over there putting smoke in the air, and y'all had y'all fucking fringes on, and y'all chicks was looking dusty as fuck, right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty on, and y'all chicks was looking dusty as fuck, right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty on, and y'all chicks was looking dusty as fuck, right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty on, and y'all chicks was looking dusty as fuck, right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty.
So I don't want to hear.
Hold on, Freezy. We'll get back to what you don't want to hear soon. But Anton, you're on your channel saying children are off limits. When? Since when are children off limits for you when you have been attacking people, children, year after year after year after year after year? Now, I appreciate you coming forward and saying, Darrel, I'm sorry I talked about your family, but at the end of the day, you still talked about my family too, and then played the victim when I did the same thing to you. Now, this is your response when you find out how it feels to have your kids brought into shit. The same way you brought my kids into shit.
Okay, well, I guess we can go ahead and get to it. I knew you wanted to know. So there are some people that are watching this right now that I remember used to being here all the time, and
Yeah, it's people like Freezy. Look, Anton, I don't disagree with you. There's people that are making videos about you right now that used to be on your show 24/7, giving you nothing but credit. And now they are some of your main enemies. They are some of your main enemies. And you know how that happened? That happened because you decided to go with the weaker people, bro. You didn't want to be around men like myself who was genuinely trying to challenge you, not trying to embarrass you, just trying to challenge your way of thinking, just trying to challenge the talking points that you out here breaking down, knowing that you don't know what the hell you talking about. You understand what I'm saying? But instead of you really breaking down why you're wrong and having conversations with intelligent people, what you choose to do is what? I don't know. Surround yourself with people like Freezy, only for those same exact people to turn their backs on you. This should show you a lot, bro. Come on, bro. You know I can't have that in the comments, bro. You know that's the kind of stuff Anton would come over here and try to get the channel flag for. So please don't leave a comment that I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like if you leave a comment in my chat that can get me in trouble, just know I'm just gonna delete the video. I mean, sorry, delete the whole comment. Be respectful. You can say what you want to say. Just keep it within community guidelines. That's all I ask. Let's keep going.
it was heavy supporters. And now I see that some of them are a little bit different. Like, for example, Vatos Bulldog says, stop the cap like you didn't wake up ready to respond. I'm going to speak to that. Vatos Bulldogs used to be a very, very heavy supporter of the show.
Now Anton's gotten so bad, he's calling out people who used to support him. Like Vatos Bulldog and Freezy. At the end of the day, man, Anton gotta admit you brought this on yourself. That's just the truth, dog. You brought this on yourself. You've been trying to be a gangster for years. You've been trying to be a bully for years. And eventually that energy is going to come home. It's going to knock on your door and you're going to have to address it. And that's where you see yourself at right now, dog. Let's go.
But what I've realized is people will switch and change depending on how messy that they want you to be. So I'm going to address this like this, because the thing that I tell people all the time is you never, ever, 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 yeah, facts, fair weather friends. We know what it is. We know what it is. We've even revived some people's platforms with hate.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's not hate, it's criticism. You only see it as hate because you don't like when people call you out, but it's just criticism. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal, bro. It's just criticism. We like to hold people accountable here. That's what we try to do on a daily basis. If we can't do that, then we don't really want to be around you. We don't want to be around people who we can't hold accountable. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is, bro. We don't want that. And listen, man, make sure you guys hit the Cash App. If you're watching this, hit the Cash App, $DLon316. We're looking for our $25. Look, this stream is late. $25. That's the stream goal for tonight. We won't even be asking for much, but let's go.
But in a month, those same platforms are going to have to figure out what else to talk about once this whole thing dies down.
No, Anton, there's always something new that's going on. We know how to make content. It's not hard to do. You understand me? It's not hard to do. We know how to make content. So stop gaslighting and get to the point that you need to get to, which is addressing the man that disrespected your daughter.
All right, but let me get to exactly what it is that y'all want to talk about. So, of course, I'm familiar. And of course, people were sending it to me yesterday and all of that, right?
No, people wasn't sending it to you. You was watching it while you was on your live stream. We saw it. We saw you. We saw you looking at your phone yesterday. in complete nigga distress, just staring at your phone, ain't know what the fuck was going on, because you saw your child on somebody else on screen with 27,000 people watching. That had to be terrifying for you. That had to be terrifying, knowing that she was about to get bombarded with phone calls of, "Hey, look at what they doing with your picture." Well, why they doing it? I didn't even do nothing. I think it's because your father been walking around acting like a gangster. Hey, Michi, babe. Thought my wife was up. About to have her come. Never mind. Let's go.
Right? They were sending me everything about everything that was being said about my daughter and my wife and all of that stuff, right? And so the thing that I try to tell people on a regular basis is this: never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, let your emotions make you make illogical decisions. We are a thinking people now. We are evolving.
If you were a thinking person, if you was trying to be smart and all the rest of this stuff, then why did you do it in the first place? Why are you online talking gangster for a week after the situation? Why are you online saying, "I would have been beat that person up. I would have been beat that person up"? Why? 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 No, you wasn't trying to be a smart person. You was trying to be a thug over the last week and a half, and now that you got embarrassed, now it's a problem. You can't make this shit up, bro. Let's go, man. But this is this is how Anton waves the white flag. He try to make it seem like he's morally superior in the situation, so he's doing the right thing. Oh, bro, you really just a coward, and you don't know what else to do. So you got to get out of there. You got to go ahead and wave the white flag before this impacts your family and your business and your reputation too much.
We are no longer subjecting ourselves to the same rules as the streets, as the culture, as the thing that.
So why was you running around talking gangster then? If you really feel that way, why was you running around talking like you was tough? If you really felt that way, that's all I'm saying. If you really felt like people shouldn't be walking around like they're tough and we separating educated people from the streets, then why are you walking around acting like a thug knowing you're not a thug? Knowing you're not a thug. Knowing that if anything was to pop off, you don't got no real soldiers to come back you up on this. They're going to leave you high and dry. You're going to end up in a situation where you're food and now you don't got nobody to come help you. Let's just be honest, bro. You did the only thing that you could do in this situation, and that's wave the white flag. That's all you could do. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, bro. You had to wave the white flag because you was losing. Anyway, man, let me keep going. I'm over here making thumbnails. Let's get it.
We criticize the most. So I'm going to just say this. I'm not going to make it a long thing. I'm going to be very, very clear. And we're going to move on. I'm not going to address it again. All right. So here's the thing.
Of course, you're not going to address it again. Of course, you're not going to address it again. Of course, you're not. Of course, you're going to be quiet now. Of course, you're going to be quiet now because you know better now. You're thinking, yeah, I can't do that shit again. If I do that shit again, they going to put belt to ass again. The same way when Corey said, say that shit again, you didn't do it again. You learned your lesson now. I told you years ago, Anton, you was never a bully. I told you years ago, this was never your arena. The talking about people, kids, trying to be tough, that was never for you. And yet, year by year by year, I watch you plummet into the person that you thought you was supposed to be. You thought you was supposed to be a bully who was telling people about their lives and their relationships and all the rest of this shit, disrespecting their family. And then when the shit come back on you, now I'm watching everybody act like you are a victim. When we got it on footage of you completely talking crazy about other people's kids. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up, man. Let's finish the rest of your little crybaby skit so we can get out of here, man. I'm not staying all night for this.
Since the beginning of time, I've always, my number one thing in life, above all, when I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only going to have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right? And that is the purest thing that we can do, is that we can take care of our children.
Hold on. So you only had one kid on, like, you know, for a reason you didn't want to have a son so you can pass along your name. That never became a thing for you. It was like, you know what? I want to pass along my DNA. I want to pass along my last name. That was never a thing for you. Because when your daughter get married, it's over. You know what I'm saying? She gonna have somebody else's last name, pass along somebody else's DNA. It's pretty much wraps. This is it for the Daniels bloodline. I mean, it's over after this. And I'm just wondering, you said you did that on purpose. So I'm wondering, is that what you really meant? Like, did you really mean to only have one kid, one girl, knowing that a girl's gonna pass along bloodlines? It made me think, is that what you really, really meant? But let's keep going, man. I'm not here to even bash on you, Time Dog, because I can see somebody when they defeated, and you defeated. No point of beating you up or jumping all up. You defeated. You more defeated now than you ever have been. Because you try to do that same Fight Club shit that you do with us over here on this side of YouTube. You tried to do that shit with some real OGs and they really wasn't going, bro. And you learned the hard way. Let me get my drink, man. Hold on. Good lemonade. But dog, I really do feel bad for your family because you're not even in a position to protect them. The only thing you can do is spend money and ask other men, to step. But you haven't cultivated a culture where men are willing to put it all on the line for you. You just haven't done that. And part of the reason is because you walk around on a daily basis talking bad about black culture, making black men sound like we ain't shit.
Our children are the ones that are our future. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter. USA.
Again, Anton, I wasn't even going to pull up this video because I don't even got it prepared right now. But I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm going to find it quickly, bro. You was the one that said, F them kids. That was you. That was you saying, F them kids. And now you want to walk all this shit back, bro? Oh, I can't wait to find that clip. It's so... I got to label these clips, bro. But let's keep going for now.
At different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled.
Bro, what does got to do with any of the disrespect that you brought her way? Okay, cool. Your daughter has achieved some things in life. I'm not even gonna take that away from her. Cause that's not the point of this show. The point of this show is to teach grown men when you make choices or when you don't make choices, there will be consequences. When you choose not to be respectful, when you choose to be a degenerate, these things have consequences. That's just the facts. Whether you like it or you don't like it, don't matter. Because the only thing that matters is when you put yourself in situations when you're constantly being disrespectful, when you constantly making it seem like you're a bully, people will eventually check you, bro. That's just what it is. And claiming Detroit not gonna save you, claiming your hood not gonna save you, praying in the moment not gonna save you. Only thing you can do is be respectful or be prepared to deal with situations that really I don't think Anton is prepared to deal with. He did the right move by bowing completely out. He not cut like that. And it's not he should have no shame in saying, I'm not cut like that. Just tell niggas you soft. There's no shame in that, bro, because it's a lot of hard niggas in the ground. You feel me? It's a lot of thugs in the ground, bro. Trust me. You don't want to be out here in a situation that you unprepared for. That's all I'm telling. Listen, Anton. If you ain't never listened to me before, right now you should listen because something else E Black said was right. If they sanction you and you can't move and you can't go to the West Coast no more, imagine how much money you gonna lose. Stop playing with these guys, bro.
Across the world representing our country, and it's probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now,
even more reason why you should protect her by not being so belligerent, by not walking around like you a made man, knowing you not. I know niggas that's really made and they don't walk around talking like you talk. Have some decorum. Have some respect. Have some humility. Allow this to be a teachable moment where you can say, you know what, Anton, let me not make these same choices no more. Let me not be so belligerent as I used to be. Let me not talk about other niggas' wives the way I used to. Let me not talk about other niggas' kids the way I used to. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Anton, I hope this was a teachable moment for you because even though you waved the white flag, I haven't seen them accept it yet. I haven't seen them accept it yet. So, for all you know, it can be still on. Be careful, my brother. I'm praying for you, bro. Real talk. And this is me from all people. Praying for you, bro. My bad, bro. I had to make sure you got a shirt on. All right, put a one in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Put a one in the chat. So bro said the thing is, he said on his podcast that he take it to hell and he expect others not to have the same energy. I mean, yeah, bro, he's a hypocrite, bro. So at the end of the day, again, he's a major hypocrite and you're absolutely right. You can't talk shit and say anything you want to say to people and then expect them not to talk shit back to you. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of Anton content because he want this. You want visibility, you want clout. You got to take that. You got to take everything that come with this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a big deal when you was talking about Julie McKnight kids, Brian McKnight wife, when you was calling them lazy and talking about her dead child. It wasn't a big deal to you. So here we are.
Of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the sweetest things to us. Those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives. But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one,
You kept bringing up the fact that your child was a minor, but so is tyranny kids. So was my daughter. So was those Hebrew Israelite kids. You don't care about people, kids being minors until it's your kids. You got Dwayne Wade child on a thumbnail. And that person is a child, a minor. Right now, when you made the video, Dwayne Wade child was a minor. What was you doing? What was you doing? Making videos talking about a minor's sexuality. That's what you was doing, Anton Daniels. Talking about a minor changing their name. Pathetic, bro. Let me finish this up so I can go on Wish Doctor and go cook for a moment.
one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world, from the world. And what this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child, all of our children eventually will have to see how ugly the world is. All of them. Regardless of how we feel.
I mean, yeah, when you have a father like you, Anton, that has invited danger, invited conflict, invited degeneracy, invited racism and prejudice and implicit bias into the conversation, that's what happens, bro. You can't go around saying F Malcolm X, F the kids, F all of the Hebrew Israelites, only then to expect anybody to respect your kids. The same way I was just on a panel earlier and I got it clipped. You feel me? I asked a simple question and I noticed that Slimmy left. Now I thought Slimmy left because he was going to room 9, right? I said, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he got to go start his show over on room 9. But what happened was he got a text from Anton Daniels saying, go ahead and leave. So I'll make sure I clip that up for y'all and show y'all how Slimmy ran away from the conversation when the only thing I asked was a simple question, right? A simple question that was, how is Anton supporters up here mad when he said F them kids plenty of times? Poof, Slimmy gone. So I'm going to be addressing all of Anton people one by one. I'm gonna pull up in their spaces, right? I'm gonna go to 2K soon. We gonna see how he feel. See if he's gonna stand on business or if he's gonna prove himself to be hypocritical. Then after I do it, I'm gonna clip all of his entire panel on complete hypocritical bullshit. You heard the plan here. We got somebody in the chat says, I can't stand the people saying that this is off limits. That's the biggest and most dangerous lie we can tell. Yeah, nothing's off limits, bro. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with people like Anton, nothing's off limits.
Regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to seek, we'll have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible.
And part of that protection is not being out in the streets acting like a thug, knowing you're not a thug.
Long as possible until they have to see what the world does, right? So this is what I'm gonna say. My focus right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact, and trauma that has been done to my daughter.
Why? So you can tell a lawyer, we can get a lawsuit going. Why? Is that why? So you can call the police, go get a lawsuit going. Is that why? I gotta figure out how much damage and psychological damage is happening to my daughter so Corey can pay for it. Yeah. How about you just go fly? You said that you saw bro again. You were, you know what I'm saying, you were smacking him up and all the rest of that shit. We don't believe you. You need more people. Let's keep going, bro. I can't believe you making Detroit look bad like this.
Pulling her out of school, early therapy, making sure that she is protected, trying to see what the fallout will be as far as her having to be removed from some of her competitions.
All of this happened because of Corey Holcomb video. She was removed from her competitions. She can't play in the Olympic Games no more. She can't compete against Mario and Luigi in the Princess Cup. What else? She can't do nothing right now. She can't do nothing. She can't hop on a Fortnite tournament. She got kicked out of that, all because of this trauma that Corey Holcomb inflicted. So what are you gonna do about Tyranny Kids' trauma? What are you gonna do about my daughter's trauma and everybody else's kids like Dwayne Wade that you've talked about? Do you care about their trauma, or should we only care about your children's trauma? I mean, sorry, your kids' trauma, and ignore everybody else's trauma that you have inflicted? Make it make sense, bro.
Because of a lot of different things, including online bullying and psychological damage, there's a lot of fallout from what happens to my daughter's life because she is so accomplished. She has some of the greatest schools in the United States of America that has been seeking her out, scholarships.
Bro, you're not addressing the situation. You're just telling us that your daughter's accomplished and you love your daughter. Okay, can you address how you put your daughter in danger? Can you address why she's being talked about at all? Could it be because her father for the last week was running around acting like he a thug on something? Fuck them LA niggas, man. I do what I want to do. Detroit, man. What them niggas gonna do? Them niggas ain't gonna do shit. I'm rich. I'm Anton. And them niggas said, okay, bet. Say less. Now look at you. I'm not addressing this shit no more, bro. I don't want nothing to do with this. Yeah, you should have said that from the beginning, bro. And played it PG. You feel me? You a civilian, bro. You gotta act like it.
Looking for her to join the team. She is on track to be a United States Olympian. She was supposed to be possibly in the next Olympics. And I don't know how damaging this is to her psyche. I don't know. Who knows? This can be a lifetime of
just whatever Corey did to her psyche is the same exact thing that you have been doing to Black people's psyches and Black women's psyches every day when you said they got basket weaving degrees and you talk about Black women in the most disparaging ways. It's the same thing. The same thing, bro. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. And I see y'all commenting. Let's get every channel that is under me to 500 subscribers. So if you're watching this channel, only thing I ask you to do is hype up the video, like and subscribe, leave a comment. I don't even want to ask y'all for the money, you feel me? Right? But if you want to support, Cash App, $DLon316. But really, just like the video, share the video out to a friend, hit the hype button, hype me up. Let's get all the way to 1,000 subscribers on all channels. Let's get it.
Damage. We don't know what butterfly effect things that we do to our children. And the one thing that most fathers, Black fathers, try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected. That's what we do. As fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never, ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children.
That's why you gotta stop being gangster, bro, and quit playing like you a thug when you ain't. You know what I'm saying? We could never imagine what happened to our children. When you in the streets, you already know anything can happen to anybody. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, people will exploit every weakness that you have. If you're in a fight and you got a broken rib, you think somebody not gonna exploit that? It's just simple combat, bro. I mean, if you want to win, you exploit every opportunity that you need. So people are going to exploit those weak points, and they want to try to cripple you and cripple your defense for whatever purposes. If they want to raid you, if they want to, you know what I'm saying, cripple your business, family is almost always a go-to. So, Anton, if you want to be able to protect your family, part of protection is being respectful when you're in areas or when you're around people that's really about that life. You feel me? You got to stop that.
No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives,
hold on. Did he
we
say black?
Are underage children.
Did he say he black?
That's what we do. Make sure that their children are protected.
Did he say he black?
And the one thing that most fathers, Black fathers,
nigga, I thought you didn't identify as black. Corey asked you, are you a black man? I identify as a Christian first. But now it's as black fathers. I didn't know you was black, dog. I thought you was a Christian first. Nigga, you a Christian father. You're not a black father, bro. You talking about? And black men, do not let men like this weaponize y'all, my brothers, to get y'all out here doing what a lot of these lame niggas doing. They jumping out the window for Anton, and I've never seen Anton visit their channels. He don't send them $100 on the super chat. He don't post their channel on his community wall to give them more visibility. Nothing. Do not crash out over a man that's willing to throw you under the bus. Don't do that. You feel me? That's backwards, my brother. Don't do that.
Try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected. That's what we do. As fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never.
I think you do care about what happened to you. That's why you didn't repeat that shit. That's why when he was like, hey, bro, say it again, eh? You was like, nah, I'm good. Because you care about your face. You care about your, you know what I'm saying? You care about your lips. You don't want to get beat up. So I think you do care about yourself. That's why you didn't say that shit twice, bro.
Ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children.
Our underage children. You're really trying to throw in, and he really talked about my underage child. Oh my God. Grow up, Anton. You've been talking about people underage children since the beginning. You started Fight Club. Now you want to play the victim. You gotta grow up, dog. Let me get done with this because I'm once we get to an hour, show over.
No. No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want anything to happen to our children. Under no circumstance. And so I don't know. You know, I think that a lot of people don't really understand the impact. And I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. We don't always know what the impact.
You can't speak for all of us. I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you can't speak for real niggas. You can only speak for yourself. You couldn't even talk. Bro, you waving the white flag after somebody talked about your kids. You can't speak for us, bro. We're not the same.
Impact is to our children. We don't know the psychological damage, the emotional damage, the wreck that happens in their lives when other people go after children. I thought that children was off limits.
Did you? Did you think children were off limits? Let's see. Let's see.
Burning incense and sage.
Nobody's above reproach, and everyone can be taught.
Y'all was over there making it difficult, burning incense and sage, and y'all was over there putting smoke in the air, and y'all had y'all fucking fringes on, and y'all chicks was looking dusty as fuck, right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. So I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. On, and y'all chicks was looking, the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty.
I thought you said that kids are supposed to be left out of this, Mr. Daniels. Now, let me go back. Maybe I'm getting my stuff wrong. Hold on, let me go back. Isn't that what you just said?
People go after children. I thought that children was off limits.
Aww. Aww. Aww.
Really him. You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
How you talking about some kids is off limits, sir, when you just said they kids was looking dirty as hell? That's what you just said. Now you acting like that's not what you mean? Come on, bro. This is why when you're a real man like me, time dog, you gotta mean what you say and say what you mean, my nigga. Mean what you say and say what you mean. And only mean what you say. And only say what you mean. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Because that's how you're gonna play yourself, Mr. Daniels. That's how you're gonna play yourself. Go back and rewind the video to all the people that just came in here. It's the same man that don't want nobody talking about his family, but yeah, he's talking about other people's family. Don't talk about my family, man. I thought all kids and family was off limits, man. I thought that was off limits. Did you? Did you really believe that things were off limits? Because I just saw you saying F those kids. I'm confused. Let's continue to see what Mr. Daniels have to say.
But I guess not. I guess not. So my number one concern, and I'm going to say this, and again, this is for all of the civil, awesome Black people out there and people in the United States of America that want to ensure that their children are protected. My number one goal is to always try to figure out how I can protect my underage child.
Okay, let me help you with that. One of the main ways you can do that is show some respect when you're around other people. Stop starting beef that you can never, ever win. Stop being a gangster knowing you're not a gangster. Just stop. Just stop, bro. Stop. Stop. I told you years ago, be the smart little nerd that you are. Be the good boy talking about stocks and bonds and buying a home. Be that guy. Stop trying to be a thug. You're not him. Trust me, it's not cool either. Nobody in that life grew up in that life wishing that they, oh man, I want to be a thug as a little boy. No, bro. Circumstances put people in those situations and they just live with it. You got the opportunity by the grace of God not being that shit, and for some reason you want to uphold a image that you are not really living. Little boy.
My underage child. That's all I care about. I could have never imagined in 1,000 years the psychological damage and the impact, the cries that I had to hear. You know, my immediate concern was, oh my God, who do I call? But I couldn't call anybody because everything was closed at the time.
Can't call your mom. You can't call your mom. You can't call your brother. Can't call your cousins, your family, your friends. You ain't got nobody to call. It's given I don't have healthy relationships. It's given I don't have healthy relationships. And I don't have a healthy support system. That's what it's given, bro. I'm gonna keep going. I'm tired of these excuses you making, Anton. We got 12 minutes left, man. If you guys want to see more, hit the Cash App. I got a few things I could show you guys, but I'm only gonna show you on this live stream if you hit the Cash App. Otherwise, wait till I record it, edit it, post it later in time.
So immediately pulling her out of school, immediately making sure that I go and assess the damage, trying to figure out if we're able to get her into the same competitions. Coming up, she literally just texted me probably less than 48 hours ago. All of the different competitions that she had lined up for this year. We were supposed to go to Great Britain. We were supposed to go to a lot of places.
That nigga acting like he can't do none of that because of Corey Holcomb now. Man, we were supposed to do a lot of great things in life, man, but it's not gonna happen now. Corey put a hold on all of that shit, talking about my daughter, man. Mark ass.
I don't know if we can still do that. I don't know if that's possible. Because I don't know if she has the, you know, their brain isn't even fully developed. You know? Literally. So crazy. She had just sent me her pictures, her senior pictures, and
oh my God, here, bro. I got the perfect music for you, bro. God damn, bro. Where's my little crybaby songs at, bro? This nigga crying on this bitch. She had just sent me a song. Told me she loved me. Told me everything gonna be alright. Alright, bro. Jesus Christ. Niggas sitting around here crying, bro. This is what you get, Anton. You deserve this. And you know why you deserve it? Because you was trying to be a bully. Lesson learned. You're not a bully. You're a coward. And it's best to just stay in your lane. All right. Jesus Christ. I'm almost done with this one. 10 minutes.
She had also sent her schedule. Literally, this was yesterday at 10:22 p.m. At 10:22 p.m. Let me show you. See that? See the schedule? The tentative, see how it says tentative schedule? Leslie Daniels right here. She was sending me her tentative schedule for the calendar year.
Did you just show up your daughter's schedule for the year? Why would adults need to see your minor's child schedule? Fucking creep.
I don't know if she'll be able to do that. I've invested millions and millions of dollars
into a child who, as soon as Corey Holcomb says something, now she now she all fucked up. I'm done, bro. Nigga playing victim, waving a white flag. Anton, all that shit you just talked about.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry